Once upon a time, there was a young man who was very successful in his studies and career. Despite his many accomplishments, he was unhappy and unfulfilled. He often found himself feeling anxious and depressed, and couldn't understand why. One day, he decided to seek the help of a wise old man who lived in the mountains. The old man listened to the young man's problems and then told him a story. There was once a farmer who had a horse, the old man said. The horse was the farmer's most prized possession, and he took very good care of it. But one day, the horse ran away, and the farmer's neighbors came to offer their condolences. "What a shame," they said. "Your horse was the best in the village." But the farmer just smiled and replied, "Who knows what's good and what's bad?" The next day, the horse returned, bringing with it a herd of wild horses. The farmer's neighbors were amazed and congratulated him on his good fortune. "What a blessing," they said. "Now you have even more horses to work with." But again, the farmer just smiled and replied, "Who knows what's good and what's bad?" A few days later, the farmer's son was trying to tame one of the wild horses, but he was thrown off and broke his leg. The neighbors came to offer their sympathy once more. "What a tragedy," they said. "Now your son won't be able to help you on the farm." But the farmer just smiled and replied, "Who knows what's good and what's bad?" A few weeks later, the army came through the village and drafted all the able-bodied young men to fight in a war. The farmer's son was spared because of his broken leg. The neighbors congratulated the farmer on his luck. "What a blessing," they said. "Your son is safe at home, while all the other young men are off fighting." And once again, the farmer just smiled and replied, "Who knows what's good and what's bad?" You see, the old man said to the young man, happiness and suffering are intertwined. They are two sides of the same coin. No one can have one without the other. The key to finding happiness is not to try to avoid suffering, but to learn from it and grow from it. Only then can you find true fulfillment and contentment. The young man was moved by the old man's words and thanked him for his wisdom. He returned home, feeling a renewed sense of purpose and hope, and he lived happily ever after.
A special thank you from the heart